American change doesn't get much more overlooked than the 1945 Jefferson Nickel, yet one nearly perfect example stunned collectors when it sold for $15,275, proving this quiet wartime coin can carry serious value. Most people see a dull grey nickel. Collectors see survival, precision, and a tiny window into the final year of World War II. In 1945, the Denver Mint was working under intense pressure. The war was ending, metal demand was high, and coins were produced fast to keep commerce moving. Nickels from this year were struck in huge numbers and released straight into circulation. They were handled, stacked, dropped, and worn down almost immediately. That's why the vast majority of 1945 nickels today look flat, dark and ordinary, worth only a small premium at best. What separates common from exceptional comes down to condition and strike quality. Wartime nickels often suffer from weak details, especially on Monticello on the reverse. On most coins, the steps at the base blur together, losing definition. Collectors pay close attention to this area because sharp, fully separated steps are rare. When those steps are clear and uninterrupted, it signals a strong strike and careful preservation. Flip the coin over and look at Jefferson's portrait. High-end examples show crisp hair detail, a clean jawline and smooth, original surfaces. The fields still reflect light evenly, without heavy contact marks or dull patches. These details sound small, but they're everything. One tiny mark or a break in luster can drop a coin an entire grade, and that grade difference can mean thousands of dollars. That's why prices separate so dramatically. Most circulated 1945 nickels are modestly priced. Even average mint state examples remain accessible. But once you reach the very top of the condition scale, especially with sharply defined steps, competition becomes fierce. When a near-perfect survivor appears, collectors know they're seeing something special, and bidding escalates quickly. That's how the finest known examples pushed past the five-figure mark. Part of the appeal is historical. This coin represents the final chapter of America's wartime coinage. It circulated as soldiers returned home and the country transitioned back to peacetime. Holding one in exceptional condition feels like holding a moment that somehow escaped decades of handling and wear. If you ever come across a 1945 Jefferson nickel, slow down and look closely. Check Monticello's steps, study the surfaces, and watch how the light moves across the coin. Most will be ordinary, but the rare survivor tells a completely different story. This nickel proves an important truth about American coins. Value isn't always about age or precious metal. Sometimes it's about how well a coin survived history. And in the right condition, even a quiet wartime nickel can become a five-figure reminder that overlooked change still has the power to surprise.